Person 84, so your energy manifests on the Rainbow Road, and it becomes this pair of sneakers. And I feel like I've seen this pair of sneakers before in some like children's program. It's almost like on the tip of its toe, and it has eyes, and its shoelaces are all curved out, and it's this like yellow sneaker. And I feel like it's like a Sesame Street thing or something. I feel like it's almost like a puppet, and it's like dancing back and forth. And so from here, then the sneaker turns into, now I see like from the ankles down, a pair of feet that are just like jogging in place. And again, they're wearing sneakers, but I feel like now it's like an adult. I can see the ankles, but I can't see anything above the ankles. And so I see these ankles like almost like it's a runner getting ready to take off in a race. Like the left heel goes up, and then the right heel goes up, and the left heel, right heel, left heel, right heel. It's like this like pumping motion, like they're running in place almost. And then from here, I see the shoes then turn into like old orthotic shoes, and I see like a cane on the side, and I see like the feet like kind of dragging back and forth. And so then the like old, and it's again just ankles down, and so the old orthotic shoes now grow wings, and it's like it's transitioning on to heaven, right? So then I see these tennis shoes kind of go to heaven, and they're greeted by a presence, and I don't get a feel for the presence, but I know somebody's there, and they're talking, and they say, look how you've walked through life, or something. And it's and I'm getting pointed towards like you're walking through life, and this is a good thing. And they say, look at all the things you've seen and everything you've experienced, and this like voice is like talking to you. And then I start getting this Sting song, every step you take, every breath you make, and that it just keeps replaying those words. Every step you take, I'll be watching you. And so it's just the three parts there of the song that keep replaying, and it's just they keep saying every step you take, every move you make, I'll be watching you, over and over and over. And the voice, or this presence that's kind of in the clouds of heaven, talking to these now like angel tennis shoes, it's just keeps saying like, wow, look at, you've walked through life, and look at everything you've seen and everything you've experienced. And so I asked what the title of your reading was, and they said, Remember and Believe. And so remember typically takes me to a past life, but I'm not sure, because I typically can piece it together by the end of the story what like past life might represent, but I'm not quite sure. So Remember and Believe was the title. And so from here, then I see the tennis shoes down to earth, and now it's a person manifested in the shoes, and I see you getting ready to move through the portal, which is just like moving on the next phase of the experience or this story. And so it's this door frame, and now I see you as a person, and you have like a camel pack on your back. You've got like a hat, you're wearing like major like athlete kind of climbing clothes, and you've got your tennis shoes on still. And so I see you then move through this doorway, and you're greeted by this huge mountain. And so you start climbing the mountain, and you're scaling this mountain, and I see you sweating, and you're working really hard, and you're moving up the side of this mountain, and you get to the very top, and you have this like flag, and basically you stake your claim on the mountain. You say, you're like, this is mine, and there's this peak that this kind of plateau kind of comes about, and you sit down and you say, this is all mine. I've worked hard for this. This is all mine. And so in the background, then the rest of the police song or the Sting song keeps playing, and it says, oh, can't you see you belong to me as my poor heart aches? Something, every step you take, and then and it keeps replaying that. So, oh, can't you see you belong to me? It keeps like doing that verse now over and over, and so I see you at the top of this mountain, and you're like looking out, and you actually let me look from your perspective, and you're seeing like look at all I've accomplished, and we're like looking out, and now anytime I get mountains and somebody at the top of a mountain, it's like typically I get, this is the perspective, there's a a greater perspective you're trying to find, or you've kind of gained this greater perspective, and the fact that you won't move off the top of this mountain, and you're saying, this is mine, I've earned this, and basically I'm gonna die here, like this is my place. And so then I watch you now on the top of this mountain, and you start aging and basically go to where you wither away, and now you turn into an angel again, and you fly up into heaven, and I see wings again moving you into like the heaven space. And as you're there, there's another presence there, and they say, basically repeating the, oh, can't you see you belong to me, the verses from this Sting song, and they're singing it over and over to you. And so I get that there's this presence, or there's something that's along with you in this journey. And so from here, your energy then moves down onto this singular road, and it's surrounded by like a black abyss. And you start walking down this road, and basically it's like just a silver kind of road, and there's like nothing. It's just blackness on the left and the right, and all I can see that you're walking towards is this huge moon, and it's like glowing just this brilliant white. And so you're walking, and I see you you have like this cloak, and you're kind of just walking towards this moon, and you're really, the feelings I get are like sorrow, loneliness, it just, your like shoulders are up. It's like this deep sadness. But this moon, anytime I get moon, it's typically like feminine. I mean, it's like mothering, it's children, it represents like the three phases of the female, like, so I get very feminine kind of energy when it comes to the moon. And so I see you walk now up to the moon, and the moon almost like opens its mouth and takes you in, and you curl up almost in a fetal position into the moon. And it's like this giving over of yourself, but it's childlike, it's vulnerable, I'm not sure. And so you're moving into this feminine energy, and then and it's almost like you give up, but in a good way. It's like a surrender is what it is, how you move into the moon energy. And then now I'm seeing you come out of the back of the moon, and so as you come out of the back of the moon, you're surrounded by stars, and it's almost like a living version of the starry night sky. Like these stars are almost like electric, and they're hanging down right over your head, and all these stars are above you, and you're kind of in this same path that got you to the moon, and it's just darkness, like black abyss kind of all around you, and you're walking, and you walk out, and there's just these stars that are like almost 3D. If you were to look up into the stars, almost like they're coming down in this like 3D version down towards your head, and you walk like halfway down the path, and you basically, like, you're wearing this black kind of trench coat. The trench coat kind of just opens up, and you just disappear, and your coat like flattens out onto the road, and all these stars start to come down, and they're all people. And so now they like drip down into these people, and all these people come around your coat and like sweep you up and sweep the coat up and like draw you back up into the stars. And it's like they're kind of taking you home, and you turn into this star in the sky. And then from here, the star in the sky then starts to kind of come down to the path, and now it's a star, and the star moves on the path towards now what's the Akashic records, and your Akashic records look like an old plantation home, but everything's very dark still, like it's got just shadows on it, but it looks like this old kind of creepy plantation home. And you walk up to it, and you move up to it as a star. You're like the star that's kind of using its spikes to turn and twist down the road, and then you move into the door. And as you move into the door, you as the star are throwing up all this starlight, like you're using your little star hand to like project into the sky, into your records, all this starlight, and you're taking it from yourself, and you're trying to create all this light. And so I'm getting this deep sense of like having to do things by yourself, this like loneliness or this like abandonment. I don't know, there's this something where it's like you have to do everything for yourself, and you're the one having to illuminate the inside of your Akashic records. It's like, you know, this should be like a returning home, and this is where all the wisdom is, and this is where the divine connection is, and it's like you're still the one having to give yourself up to bring connection and light into this area. So I call down your higher self, and your higher self comes down like Teen Wolf. I don't know if this has any meaning. I couldn't piece it together except for this kind of dark, ominous theme that kind of strings through this last half. But then I ask your higher self, what's for the greatest good for this person to know at this moment in time? And your higher self basically says that the connection is there, and that the song, like every step you take, every move you make, I'll be watching you, you know, why can't you see, you belong to me, blah, blah, like all of this keeps repeating, and it's like saying that I'm getting this feeling of like you being watched, or you being looked after. I almost feel like, you know, if it isn't that you've lost somebody and you have like an angel guiding your path, or an angel who's helping you through, you know, the stages of life. It felt like in the very beginning, you know, you're walking through life, and then these different kind of lonely-ish encounters, you know, where it's you against the universe type of a thing. I get that, like, if you don't have somebody who's passed over that you would connect this to, it's almost like they want you to know that the divine is there, or that you have these angels, these guides, like the fact that the stars, when you like, I feel like it's like your final giving up kind of at the end, and you just kind of turn into that nothingness, and your cape kind of lies on the floor, and all the stars that were above you turn into these like beings that come down and sweep you up and like bring you back home. I feel like you're always being watched, and you always have guidance, and there's so much looking out for you. And that's what they said, is that your path is always aligned, and you're never making choices by yourself, and these, everything that you do, it's always aligned with like these angels or these guides or this person that's watching out for you, or there's always this being, this presence that's around you. And so the fact that they say remember and believe, I'm not sure, you know, maybe I'm not sure, because I would think it's past life, but how this played out, I'm not getting a ton of like past life stuff. So remember and believe, I don't know if, I don't know, I hope this would connect for you in some way. I would ask, if it doesn't, to give me an email or send me an email, and I'll try and get more information if this doesn't somehow stick out to you or cause some kind of remembrance with light and love.